Good morning, everyone. This is Kim Quady with KimPlaysWithPaper.com. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Mesa, Arizona, and I am excited about SaleABration. To me, SaleABration is Stampin' Up's most exciting sale of the year. I was thinking about that this morning as I was getting ready, that when I first started stamping, good morning, Linda, SaleABration was the thing. So I would save my birthday money, and I would save my Christmas money, and I would save it all for SaleABration. Good morning, Brenda and Chris. Thanks for popping in. So I just loved SaleABration. I'd save all my money so I could make one great big order. I got all the SaleABration items, and then I got Stampin' Rewards and all kinds of free stuff. So every year I've looked forward to SaleABration, and as a demonstrator, I still do. It gets exciting. Who doesn't like free stamps and free products? So today I'm going to show you a few of the SaleABration products, and then some card samples, and make one of the cards that we created at a class this last weekend. Remember, SaleABration runs January and February, so the last day you can order is February 28th. There are 9 things you can earn free with minimum purchases. 7 at the $50 minimum level, and then 2 at the $100 level. So I won't take a lot of time on that. If you need a catalog, give me a holler. Otherwise, I will show you some of the samples and make one of the cards today with some of the SaleABration products. So just hang tight. Good morning, Paula. Thanks for popping in today. Before we get started, though, I did dig this out. This, I believe, was one of my very first SaleABration stamp sets. I just absolutely love that. I've never gotten rid of it, and I've saved it. It's an old wooden, wood-mounted stamp with all the sentiments that I really love. So that's a fun SaleABration. So they're lots of always fun items. Yes, it is a great morning. Good morning, Sue. It's bright and sunny here in Arizona today. So one of the really fun offerings. Oh, Linda, you have that set. Isn't that funny? It says 2006, but wow, I need to find out how long SaleABration has been offered through Stampin' Up, because that would be kind of a fun thing to know. Good morning, Monica. Just talking a little bit about SaleABration. One of the fun, popular stamp sets is the Darling Donkeys, and there are a lot of samples. Good morning, Candace. Thanks for popping in. A lot of samples on Pinterest. I have a couple for you. This card was created by Gina Caravetta. So it Magenta Madness with some gray. So that's fun, coloring the donkey with different Stampin' blends. And this is a card I created. Hee haw, it's your birthday. I know Chris is on, and she introduced me to the book, The Wonky Donkey. And there is a YouTube video of a Scottish lady trying to read that book to her grandchild, and it is absolutely hilarious. You just start giggling. And so as a joke, we bought it for my son, and we had him read it out loud, and unfortunately, none of us videotaped him doing that. So there's one. I'm using some paper that's in the January through June mini catalog. Here I use the playful alphabet dies to just add a little fun and character to the Darling Donkeys, the hee-haw. So that's that. The other fun set is the Corner Bouquet. A couple of stamps there, and the Heal Your Heart. I use these together. I really love the Heal Your Heart. The sentiments on we're in this together. Sorry for your loss. Wishing I could heal your heart, and thank you. The card that we made in class this week and used both of those 2 different sentiments plus the Corner Bouquet. stamp set. Now the shading was made with Stampin' Up's new blending brushes that are available in the January through June mini catalog. So maybe I'll just try it. I didn't have a piece of cardstock here, but I'll show you just kind of how the blending worked. And I do have the brushes do wash out. So you just kind of rub the brush around and blend in. And so we started with the Misty Moonlight. I was inspired by my team member, Teresa, who, I don't know if you can see that, who did this on that technique on a card. So you just start tapping and blending until you get the desired color that you want. These brushes are just so soft, and you'll be able to create just a lot of really fun backgrounds with this. So I look forward to using them for some other things. And then we added the bumblebee to that as well. So just gently and moving it around until you kind of get the color that you want. So I probably will be doing a video on this later because this is just such a fun technique and easy to use. You just wash those brushes out with water. So that's the corner bouquet and the heal your heart. These are items you can earn free with a minimum $50 purchase each. The next items, and this is kind of where I'm going to focus this morning, the Approaching Perfection stamp set. This is great for birthdays. I have a ton of birthdays in January, so this will be really awesome for me. There's a candle stamp, a birthday stamp, balloon, and lots of just really fun sentiments that you can put on the inside or the outside of your card. And I'm going to pair it with two different of the designer series papers. The first will, one of them is called Paper Blooms designer series paper, and the Night of Navy Rococo Rose. So these are some of the designs in this designer series paper. You'll have till February 28th to collect all of these and use them in your crafting. The designer series paper is awesome. You can use that all year round. Spring is on the way, I'm sure. Good morning, Mary Kay. So these blooms are really fun to use in your paper making. The other paper you can earn free with a $50 order is called the Oh So Ombre. And so there are these are 6x6 double-sided sheets, Blackberry Bliss, Bermuda Bay, Granny Apple Green. And I've used most of the Blackberry Bliss, but so there's just some fun little designs and some ombre in there. So I started with a very simple card with the Approaching Perfection, the birthday sentiment. So I just have I would call this simple stamping, rubber stamps, ink and paper, using petal pink and Night of Navy in a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 size card, and they still fit in our envelopes. Good morning, Sarah Mueller. How are things? And then I just added a little bit of the Night of Navy Baker's Twine that's available in the January through June mini catalog. So I'm just showing you that you don't need a lot of supplies to create a quick and easy card that you can get in the mail just to let someone know you're thinking of them. So that's I just cut that with a paper cutter, no punches or anything else necessary. So the next one, I kind of did something a little bit different. I used the balloon and the candles and just stamped and made my own background. Good morning, Sandy. Made my own background with that, with the petal pink and the Night of Navy ink, and just the sentiment. Again, another quick and easy, simple stamping card that I can get in the mail. So that was using the free Paper Blooms Designer Series paper. From there, I switched to the Oh So Ombre. PJ, good, thanks for popping in today. So the Oh So Ombre, the Granny Apple Green, and added the Happy Birthday and Night of Navy and the candles in Granny Apple Green. I colored the little organza ribbon with a Stampin' Blend. Again, kind of quick and easy. Then I moved along to the Oh So Ombre and added some Night of Navy cardstock behind that. Stamped the candles, I kind of stamped them off and then stamped the Happy Birthday on top and added some of the rhinestones from the Holiday Rhinestone collection. Oh, Iowa, what's it like in Iowa today? I hope it's nice. It's sunny here, so sun makes everything better. And then this is the card that we made in class on Saturday using the Oh So Ombre Designer Series paper and the Approaching Perfection stamp set. So that's the card we're going to make today as we, as I show you a couple of different techniques, including ink to marker and sunny here, that's good. Ink to marker and masking technique. So I'll share with you the pieces that I used. I have a Blackberry Bliss card base. I have a Calypso Coral layer at measuring 5 1/4 by 4. And I should have the Oh So Ombre Designer Series paper measuring 5 by 3 3/4. So I use the other side, and I have a little strip that measures 5 by 1 1/4. Then that layer is 5 by 1 1/2. In addition to a Calypso Coral scalloped circle, a stitched shape in Blackberry Bliss, and a piece of white. And I will put these on my blog at kimplayswithpaper.com later today or tomorrow, along with all the other samples from the Approaching Perfection card stamp set that I showed you today. So let's do the kind of the stamping with the candles. And if none of you have done this before, it's a really fun way to use your Stampin' Right markers that are water-based markers. Yes, it's. I found this color combination. There was a color wheel available for demonstrators on the site, so I was able to. And not every, like people in the class said, you wouldn't normally think of these colors together. So I'll show you that card. And good morning, Beth. Thanks for popping in. So what I did, I took the Stampin' Right marker and just gently colored on the candles that I want to use. So the first, the third, and the fifth. So I've got my Blackberry Bliss marker here. And then I am going to use there are two ends, a skinny end and a fat end, and I'm sure there are really more appropriate names for that, but that's how I'm using the thicker end to do that. Coloring, trying to do that quickly so you don't have to painfully watch me do that. And then I just give it a little huff to kind of re-energize that ink, and I'm going to stamp it right in the middle of my white. There we go. So that is a really fun technique that you can use to add some color when you need to do that. And I thought I was so prepared today, and I need to find my all of my I need to find my stamping supplies. So I layered this white piece onto my Blackberry Bliss. I'll get that going. And then layered the Blackberry Bliss onto my Calypso Coral. It's a lot of pieces, but it's really not that difficult of a card. But think about all the different ways you can use that particular design. You could use any sentiment, you could use any image in there, and any designer series paper to change that up if you need inspiration. And I'll do that every now and then. It's like, so what kind of card can I make? And I start with that sample and then try to mix it up from there. So then we have our Oh So Ombre designer series paper, and I did cut it here so that I could stamp on the bottom and have it come through a little bit. I was using the Calypso Coral with that. And I was messing around this morning, so got up and started playing with rubber stamps, ink, and paper right away today. Good morning, Tammy. Thanks for popping in. So there's my Calypso Coral. And yeah, it is a very versatile layout that if you're stuck, and then, you know, once you start stamping, it's like, oh, I can do this, and then I can do that. And before you know it, 4 hours is gone, and you're wondering what happened to your day. So I'm going to just try that. There we go. Might need to re-ink my Calypso Coral. And that's what's really nice about Stampin' Up's ink pads is when you use them a lot, you can buy a re-inker to re-ink the pads, and you can keep using them forever and ever. Good morning, Veronica. Thanks for popping in today. All right, I've got that sentiment on the bottom, and that worked out really well. I'm going to do the masking. You see, I have the balloons sticking out. And I did have a piece of scratch paper already for that, but boy, kind of disjointed today. So I'm going to use this instead, and I'll be able to use the other side. So I did use the Calypso Coral for the balloons. Because I didn't want the tails to stick out over. So this is called masking. You take a piece of scratch paper, place it down, and you won't be stamping directly onto your bottom piece. So I wanted a balloon here. So you'll see the balloon stamps on the scratch piece of paper, but not on my bottom cardstock. And maybe this balloon should go up here a little bit, and this one down here. So when you remove that, that's what that looks like. I need one that looks like it's going off the page. And then one more about here. Something to watch for on these is to just do a light touch, because sometimes you end up with a halo on that. But it's a handmade card. It doesn't have to be perfect. No one knows what the card was supposed to look like. I've lived with that concept my whole life. I always tell the story of starting stamping many, many years ago up in northern Minnesota, and the demonstrator said it's a handmade card. It doesn't have to be perfect. So, and you know, there's just days that we're not. Some days you have to say, step away from the stamps. So I'm putting a little bit of Stampin' Seal on the back of my little Oh So Ombre piece, the Blackberry Bliss, layering it onto that Calypso Coral piece right there, and then going to put more adhesive on and attach it to this. So it goes together quite quickly. Oh, and see, I've put my balloons there so I kind of know where I want those. And using the grid paper, you makes it easy to line up because you can line up each edge of the designer series paper. And let's see here. All right. So there we go on that. Then it needs to go back onto our Calypso Coral layer using the Stamp and Seal Plus. I use that mostly because I know that it's always going to hang in there. All right. And then our Blackberry Bliss base. So you can see there are a lot of little pieces, but it goes together quickly, and you can use any kind of color combination. Stampin' Up's color coordination for me is one of the huge pluses. I always know that things are going to coordinate and look good together. So we've got that. And then I will use some Stampin' Dimensionals to put this on the back. And, you know, this color combination, it can be a masculine or feminine card. It's just something you can take out of your stash when you realize someone has a birthday and it might be a little late getting in the mail. So there's that. Might be fun, too, if you wanted to put some of the balloons on the decorate. Gina, one of my team members, and comes to class, always reminds me we can't have naked envelopes. That is one of the things I need to get better about. So maybe put some candles on the front of my, and I always have to practice on my grid paper, make sure I have the right amount of ink. So there we've decorated the envelope. And then we can also put a few candles on the inside of our card to decorate that before we, and I try to do that before I tape that to the inside of the card because it never fails. Something goes wrong, but here we go. We are ready to go with that. So I'll put some adhesive on the back and get it ready to go. So just a super fun, easy card using free product you can earn during Stampin' Up's SaleABration. Oh, that one I already put that in the middle. But here, that was my finished card. Oh my gosh, you guys. What a day. Alrighty. Okay, so we're ready to go. All right. So I think for, again, approaching perfection, I have just scratched the surface on the number of different cards you could make, especially with the sayings on there. The bad news is I forgot your birthday. The good news is I forgot your age. So what if you're a year older? You're fabulous. So lots of really fun sentiments in that stamp set. Let me just, in case you popped in late, let me just show you, thank you, Linda. I appreciate that. Some of the other cards that I did make with that stamp set and the Oh So Ombre. Just really, I'm clean and simple, make a lot of clean and simple cards because I send a lot. I send to all my husband's 10 brothers and sisters and anybody I see on Facebook who has a birthday and I have their address. Another one of just simple stamping, rubber stamps, ink, and paper. Has anybody gotten this stamp set yet and played with it? Love to see what you make. Share that because all the ideas on how you can get the most bang for your buck on these with these stamp sets is awesome. So thanks for popping in today and watching. I will have the directions and the card samples on my blog. It's kimplayswithpaper.com. Next week, I won't be live, but I will have a video for you at 8:30, and I will be back live the following week. So thanks for popping in. Let me know if I can help you with anything and placing an order. Stampin' Up! All during SaleABration, there's also a place a $300 order or have a party, you get the free Punch Party stamp set. And if you have a lot of things on your wish list, the starter kit is always an awesome opportunity to get a discount on your stamping supplies. Thanks. I'm glad I was able to inspire you with some cards. It's just fun to sit down and play and let the time go by. But one last deal on the starter kit for $99. You choose $125 of any product you want. And in addition, then you receive 5 packages of 6x6 designer series papers. That's about 200 sheets. You receive that free. And once you get your demonstrator ID, you get a 20% discount on your future purchases. Anyway, thanks for popping in today. Remember to stop by my blog or comment on my Facebook page. I appreciate you. I appreciate you spending your morning with me. Have a good one. We'll talk soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.